Well, Dave, is this what you've come to expect when it comes to, I guess, this just rivalry matchup with, or I guess, divisional rivalry matchup?
I think so. It's there's a lot of familiarity. It's I think Torrey does a fantastic job with their club and how they play the game. It's a tough, gritty team, and so you got to strap in every time you play those guys, and they don't quit, we don't quit, and it was good to see us persevere tonight.
There's obviously a lot of just kind of up and down in this one, but with that ninth inning, what does it say about your team and just how they showed so much fight there?
It says a lot. Freddie gets that block base hit, and then Kike has a big hit. It just kind of kept going. Muncy had a big hit right there, Pages, and it was just really fun to watch us just continue to fight. And obviously we didn't pitch well tonight, but I thought the defense was sound. There was no quit in our ball club, and potentially losing the first two games of the series, now having a chance to win Game 3 with Gonsolin tomorrow, we're in a pretty good spot.
How much of an emotional ride is that? You couldn't have been happy after 8 innings.
I wasn't. I just felt that the offense did enough to win the game at that point in time, and to not pitch well, it's frustrating because that just kind of puts other guys in the game, and you're trying to win ensuing games as well. And so I just feel that we're better than we've pitched, and fortunately our offense picked us up tonight.
That ninth inning happened fast, didn't it?
It did. It did, and we just were ready to hit, and we've seen Ginkel a lot over the years, and we just took some good at bats.
When you see that emotion from Shohei after that, is that just emotion from coming through? Is that emotion from the type of game, the atmosphere? Like what sort of is behind that?
I think all of the above. It's you have a game and you feel good about it. You're playing a division rival. They're starting to gain momentum in the series, and we fight our way back, and we take the lead with a big homer, and he sees his teammates fighting, and guys trying to keep us in the ball game. So that was kind of the climax of that moment, and it's good to see him show emotion like that. It was great.
How frustrated was your pitching coach?
Yeah, he was, and the thing is that all the guys do. They're doing their best, and Eric was doing his best, but there was some pitches that swung counts, and certainly that Luis Garcia at bat to Suarez, and that changed that inning, the scoreboard, and so it gets emotional, all of us, and so obviously it's nothing personal, and you can't argue balls and strikes, and Eric did what he's supposed to do.
With everything that you've seen Shohei do in the 2 years you've had him, does anything cease to amaze you anymore?
No. He's between him and Barry Bonds, they're the two best players I've ever seen. I play with Barry, but what Shohei does in the clutch, I've never seen anything like what he does in the clutch.
Did you go out to talk to him after Mark got ejected, and kind of what was
I did. I was trying to diffuse it a little bit, and I just wanted to kind of support Mark, but understand where Eric was coming from.
When you have all that happen in one game, does it feel like more than just one win on a random night in May to be able to pull that out?
It does. I think that the series is level now, and as opposed to being down 0-2 in the series, and those guys are feeling really good with Burns going tomorrow. So I think our bullpen is in a really good spot, considering kind of how the game went, to win the next 2 games. So it was a big emotional game.
What have you seen from Roki tonight?
I just felt tonight he was laboring from the outset. You can tell by facing 20 hitters and not one strikeout. Guys are taking really good swings. He didn't have tonight to put guys away. And, so I think at that point in time, there's a point where I feel that we got to make a change, and, Anthony's got to come in and do his job. And that's part of it. And he didn't do his job tonight. So, but as far as Roki, I just felt that it wasn't a rest situation. I just don't think that he was particularly sharp tonight, and commanding the fastball, the split, all that stuff. So, hopefully he wasn't too taxed tonight, and his next start, he'll be raring to go.
How do you kind of work on him getting more swing and miss, which was obviously lacking tonight? Like, what would you kind of point to as like the source?
I don't know. I think that it's different. It's whether it's the miss with the fastball in certain counts, and it's all dependent on the sequencing and how you get to 2 strikes. And so he got to a lot of 2-strike counts, and and one classic case was the 0-2 to 4-2 to Marte, in the 5th inning. And so you get count leverage, and you got to be able to kind of wipe guys out when you get count leverage like that. And just tonight, he just couldn't do it.
今日の登板振り返ってみて、中5日で登板したことに関して何か感じたこととかありましたか？
そうですね、中6日の時も3日前にブルペン入ってて、ブルペン入るタイミングが、今回も変わらなかったので、調整自体にそこまで難しさというかそういうのも感じなかったですし、中5日だからといってそこまでパフォーマンスに影響した感じじゃないかなと思います。
初回振り返ってみて、なんで相手は打ってたのか。
そうですね、まっすぐの強さがなかったので、1人目に関しては、構えたところに行ったんですけど、もう本当にシンプルに強さがなかった、2人目に関してはインコース構えている中で、弱いボールが甘く入ったので、打たれたのかなと思います。
じゃあ、すごい展開でしたけども、今日のマッチアップ、試合振り返ってみてどうでしたか？
なかなかあるような展開ではなかったですけど、本当に最後まで粘り強くみんな諦めずに本当に後ろにつないで、最後ああいう形で自分は決まりましたけど、それまでの追いつく過程がやっぱり素晴らしかったなと思います。
この9回を振り返ってみてすごいファイトを見せたのかなと思いますけども、どう思いますか？
やっぱりこういう攻撃ができると本当に最後まで諦めない気持ちも出てきますし、相手にとっても驚異的なのではないかなと思うので、本当に素晴らしい最終回だったなと思います。
トンプソンの打席でどういう球種狙ってたとか、どういう気持ちで打席に立っていたとか。
動き的にも珍しいというか、ボールの動きもやっぱり独特で素晴らしい投手なので、なんとかなんていうんですか、コンタクトすることをまず心がけて、最後の打席は、最終的にはああいう形になりましたけど、本当にコンタクトすることは考えていきました。
So you saw the emotions after you did just that. Congratulations on this win, Shohei.
ありがとうございます。
Torches one, tosses the